channel. So today's video is going to be another reaction video to help celebrate my 5 years on YouTube. And this week I'm going to be reacting to my very first goals video from 5 years ago. I think it was released, I premiered on January 27th, 2021. So about almost 5.5 years ago. If you've been with me since the very beginning, you know that my goals video was a staple to my channel for like ever. I kind of stopped doing them this year just because I'll explain why. You'll see why. I could probably also bring up the recap as well, because there is a recap. And that would tell you why I just don't do them anymore. But before we get into the video, make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of me. More of my cats who are not in this video, but now they might make an appearance. For some reason they love to come in on these reaction videos, so I don't know. She might interrupt us again. And leave a comment down below what video you want me to react to next. So I don't really have much more to say, so why don't we go ahead and get into the video. Before we begin, you might have noticed a little background change. Decided to switch things up a little bit and film in my room. But I couldn't find the video on any of my flash drives, so I don't know where it went, but I did find it on YouTube, so we're just gonna watch from YouTube. I don't know. I at least knew I posted it on YouTube. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Oh,
hey
intro.
Everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my goals for the spring semester 2021. So the idea of this
Messy hair
video is that I'm going to share with you guys 5
all over the
goals that I've
place
set for myself for this semester of university. And in May, I'll come back and I'll talk about whether or not I achieved those goals, or I didn't quite make it up to that standard. So yeah, just with school starting, I thought this would be a great idea, and maybe I could get some tips for those that are just starting college, university, or have been going but aren't sure about something. So
I'm gonna get some tips for people who are starting.
Get into the video. But before we do that, make sure you guys subscribe down below, click on the notifications so that you guys are notified when I upload videos, and also make sure you like this video and comment down below if you guys have a goal for this semester, or if you're in school, or if you have a goal for 2021. And so yeah, let's get right into the video.
I just let the record show that nobody left a comment. Nobody commented on this video, so I guess people just didn't have goals that they wanted to achieve. I don't know. But this video looks like it was filmed right over there. So on my bed. It looks like I set my camera up on my desk and I just filmed it sitting on my bed.
My first goal is to spend more me time. So basically what I mean by this is I want to have more time that I can do something fun or do something for myself. I think I mentioned in my Christmas video that I like to do needle pointing, so that's something that would include included me time.
I'm not exactly sure when I thought the me time thing was going to happen, given that I was in college, but
it's just that I tend to spend a lot of time focused on schoolwork and not focused on
I don't know if that was necessarily my fault.
And I want to take more breaks during schoolwork and maybe go outside and walk around campus, or we are right by the metro parks, so I can go to the metro parks and walk around, just
Oh, hold on, I gotta take the captions off because there was something written and I couldn't see it. I'm gonna go, what did it say? Oh, okay. It says COVID permitting, of course. So this is back when we were still in COVID, not in COVID, but like the COVID protocols. We still had to follow a lot of those. And, you know, we had a lot of the new strains of COVID. And so that's where that, I had to put that little comment, like, obviously if we went into like another shutdown or like places were closing at certain times, or like whatever the restrictions that were placed on not only like the state but like the city, our campus, following those restrictions. Of course, now we look back at that and we're like, oh, that was kind of silly. But like back then, you know, you had to put something like, I'm obviously this is COVID permitting. You know, because if you were going to act, or, you know, not we're going to act, but if you acted irresponsible, that's something that would come back and get you later on.
Get out of this idea that I have to constantly be doing schoolwork, you know, from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. And it also just, for me, helps to concentrate a lot more. You know, because sometimes I'll get so caught up in schoolwork that I'll end up like procrastinating or like taking breaks when I probably should be doing schoolwork. In the sense that I end up getting distracted and on my phone when I should be studying for a test because, oh, that's not important. And so I wanted to put aside times that I should take breaks from schoolwork or set aside a time. My goal is stop working by 8 o'clock. And then that way I have from 8 to whenever I decide to go to bed, probably like 9 or 10, to do my fun activity, you know, or to, you know, like do my needle painting or watch TV. So yeah, that's my first goal. My second.
I'm trying to figure out if my goal was to like increase my like I want to say work-life balance, or if it was to like get out of my dorm room. I'm thinking it's number one. Like I just wanted to increase my work-life balance, I think is what I was saying. Interesting. I mean, that's a good goal. Like, don't get me wrong. I think that's something we all need to, like, maybe not we all need to work on, but, like, as an adult, 5 years later, I want to work on is finding ways to relax and not constantly be work. I'm going to go back a little bit to start it at the second goal.
That's my first goal. My second goal is to keep ahead of my classes. I'm the kind of person that likes to get things done early and then have fun later. And so this goal was kind of a reflection of that. A lot of times
I also feel like this one is tied to the first one.
I would have a paper due next week and then I would go through and do it next week, and I just don't want to do that. I don't want to procrastinate, and I'm also very much aware that at the end of the semester, as summer's coming, like, people really don't want to be doing work anymore. I kind of get tired, and so I want to try to get ahead now while the weather's not so good, and then that way, when I start to get tired of schoolwork,
I'm gonna do the final paper right now, guys.
I have as much work to do.
That's what I feel like I'm saying.
I can also go out, kind of going back to the last one, I can go out and walk around campus or go out to one of the parks, you know, and enjoy the nice weather instead of always being crammed in my room. So then, if I get stuff done while it's cold and wet and rainy, maybe I'll be able to go enjoy like the May weather.
So I wanted to basically get my final paper done
Third goal
the
is
week
to
before, or the first week, I guess,
figure out
I don't
a
know.
schedule early on and stick to it. I'm the kind of person that likes to have some sort of rough schedule. I'm not so sure about having like a strict schedule to follow. I've tried that, it didn't work. But I like to have a rough schedule kind of figured out. And then that way I kind of have an idea of how my day is going to run and stuff. I normally would just literally write out a schedule, like this is what I'm going to do at these times.
So basically, I think for my third goal, I wanted to find a natural routine, and I guess try to find it like early on. I think when I say early on, I meant like at the beginning of the semester, versus like I'm the type of person that I will get myself into a routine, and then it'll be like, well, the routine's actually going to be reshuffled in 2 weeks. Like I'll get, like during the summer, I would finally get myself into a routine a week before school started, kind of thing. So I think that's what I'm trying to say in this one, is I wanted to get my natural routine figured out within the first couple weeks of the semester, so then that hopefully would make the rest of the semester go a little bit better.
And it's never worked. Because things come up, like maybe there's an extra lecture I have to go to, or I need to stay after class a couple extra minutes or whatever. And so I want to kind of start to get like a rough schedule going in the first few weeks, because here's the other thing. I always make these schedules like 2 weeks before school's out, and it never works out for me. So I want to try to get the schedule done within the first 2 to 3 weeks, and so that way I can go on and I can have that sort of schedule in my life, that routine that I can get into mentally. And that's kind of the other thing, sometimes that kind of falls apart at the end of the semester, but I'm going to try to actually stick to that. And so get my routine started at, week 2 or 3, and stick with it until week 15, 16. Well, not week 16, because week 16 is exams, which are kind of weird. But at least stick to it until the last week of school, and then that way I'm not going to be just lounging around, or like not getting things done that need to get done, which is kind of what has happened over break. Number 4 is
I like the lighting change.
to take care of my body. While I'm at school, sometimes I get so busy I forget to do things like exercise. I don't really eat healthy because I'm busy trying to get ready for exams. So one of my main goals is to take care of myself. I already kind of talked about taking care of myself mentally, taking those breaks, making sure that I have time to do things with my friends or do things by myself. But I didn't really cover like taking care of my body. And so one of the things that I want to do is like work out more and eat healthier, and maybe stop snacking, because that's another thing too. When I get really stressed, I start snacking on usually it's on like candy or something, and that always makes me feel really guilty about me, and like just guilty that I'm eating all the time. And so one of my main goals is to kind of obviously watching what I eat and
Taking care of my body.
The snacking down to a minimum, so I'm not like constantly shoving food in my face. And also touching again on the physical fitness part of it, I do want to try to work out, even if it's like 15 minutes, and just do 15 minutes daily at least, maybe a little bit more. Even though like there are days I have a really busy schedule, like I want to try to do that, because I've always felt better about myself when I've been physically active,
Mm-hmm.
and so I felt like that's a good thing for me to do.
I'm still working on this one 5 years later. Yeah. I do agree with everything that I'm saying in this video about, like, you know, especially, like, the working out bit where, like, I feel better about myself when I work out more kind of thing. But
So yeah, I wanted to make
I
sure
also
that
like
I
how
take care of my mental health, but I also take care of my physical health as well, and just make.
There we go. I also like, so you guys know how YouTube does, like, the chapters and stuff? This literally says, take care of it. As the chapter. The chapter is take care of it. Not my body, take care of it. I am it.
Make sure that I'm obviously taking care of myself and not neglecting, you know, what I'm eating, or neglecting my body while I'm too busy working on schoolwork. My last goal is kind of going to be up in the air a little bit, but
I also want to point out, I did not make these chapters. In this video, this was a YouTube thing. YouTube was the one that made all of the chapters in my video. Okay, I'm going to go back a little bit again to get myself back into the last goal.
it's kind of going to be up in the air a little bit, but it is to post weekly YouTube videos.
Post weekly
So obviously I'm going back to school.
weekly YouTube videos.
Homework all week and be studying. So there's a chance that I might not get good quality YouTube, but because first of all, I won't have a very good quality camera to take up with me, and so I'm actually trying to film all of my videos now during break, which is actually right now, it's during break when I'm filming this. There's probably going to be a lot of, like, cat videos. You might see me wearing, like, sweatshirts in April or May.
Which probably isn't that normal. That is normal around here.
So that way
I live in Ohio. Wearing a sweatshirt in April is normal.
And that way maybe I can, like, start getting like my watch hours, working towards my monetization.
I do want to, like, make a side note though. Like, it is May, right? I am filming this May 7th, so this is just being filmed earlier in the month than when it's going to be posted. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Hold on. Okay. My apologies. The camera stops filming after like 15 minutes, so that's why I had to go back and turn it back on. Anyway, yeah. By the time you guys have seen this, the video, I've already had filmed this video at the beginning of May. You guys are going to see this at the end of May. But currently it is like 50 degrees out. So, like, yeah, we are all wearing jackets and sweatshirts and outside right now. And it is May in Ohio. Welcome to Ohio. Welcome to global warming. That's all I'm blaming them. Big
But I just want to, like, let you know that they might be like cat videos or videos with minimal editing. I'm gonna start working on some voiceovers. I'm gonna I think next month I'm gonna do a one where I'm doing a voiceover instead of you seeing my physical face.
I also wanted to make note of the fact that back then I had a very limited understanding of YouTube algorithm, and I thought that, like, pumping out, and I think this was a thing too back then, I can't remember, that, like, pumping out as many videos as you can is gonna get you more views and stuff. So that's why I keep saying, like, oh, I'm gonna post one every week, because it was, you know, I believed that it was very much pump out content, pump out content, pump out content in order to build your platform. So that's why I'm like, they might not be good quality, but hey, they'll be there. Just because, again, like I said, I was under the impression that the more content you pump out, the more likely you're going to get views, you're going to be closer to monetization, which is very different than now, where, like, people look for good quality videos, right? So
but
that's why I said that.
Get the content out to everybody. I want to give you guys something new to watch, something fresh to watch, but I don't know. I'm gonna try, and that's one of my goals, is to get something out weekly if I can. I don't know what that would mean. If that would mean like every Tuesday, or if it just means sometime during the week, which right now that might be what it is. It's just sometime during the week. It will depend on how much editing time I have to edit, and how much editing I have to do, as to whether or not that gets out during the week. So that is my 5th goal, is to make sure that I get content out for everybody. And then that way I can get more subscribers, more watch hours, and work towards getting monetized. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video.
And the lighting changed yet for a 3rd time.
Hopefully you guys will stay and get updated on my goals, or see if I achieve my goals. Before you guys go, make sure you guys subscribe down below, hit the like button too, and make sure you turn that bell notification on, so that way you can get notified every time I post a video. And also comment down below what your goals are for 2021, or if you guys have a specific goal set for this semester, if you're in school, or like just this half of the year as well. And also make sure you guys go follow me on social media. I'll have the links in the bio down below. I'll also put the links somewhere on the screen, or the handles on the screen somewhere, probably in this corner or this corner. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, for that last like minute, I don't know what we were talking about. So I'm pretty sure the YouTube wants to be YouTube thing. But, yeah. So that was my first ever goals video. Like I said, you guys know I did these. I started doing them like once a semester when I was in college, and then when I graduated, I started doing them like once every few months, and then like once a month. There's a reason why I kind of stopped doing them, because A, they really didn't get views. Like, people wouldn't really watch them, so I'm like... And B, probably the biggest reason I stopped was because I just didn't, like, achieve them most of the time. Like, there wasn't... Like, I would be like, I'm going to do all this stuff, and then I just didn't, you know? And... to be honest with you, I could go click on this one. This goal is revisited right now. And this entire thing will just be like, I did not do that. I did not do that. Which, it doesn't help when you look at, like, this video, for example. Like, these goals. They were not, like, super specific, right? It was like, I'm gonna find me time. I'm gonna, you know, take care of my body. Well, like, when I say, like, I need to take care of my body, well, maybe I need to come up with a more specific goal, right? Start creating the habit that would help me take care of my body. Basically, but yeah, here, I just clicked on this one. I am now kind of curious to see if I achieved them. So you, guess what? You guys get a 2 for 1 today. I'm kind of curious to see if I achieved them.